A brand new Western film, Trail of Vengeance, is out today in select theaters, including the Moxie Cinema and Branson Meadows Cinema. And joining me now is one of the stars of the film, Jeff Fahey. Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for our viewership to get to learn kind of more about this film and its backstory. So why don't we start by you just kind of setting up the plot of this film for me?
All righty. Well, it takes place, it's a period piece, takes place in 1875, post-Civil War. And it's in the title, Trail of Vengeance, speaks quite a bit about the film. The antagonist and the protagonist in this particular piece, I play Colonel Davis, who is the antagonist, and our hero is played by Rumer Willis, wonderful, wonderful actress. And without giving too much away, it's about her taking vengeance on a number of people who she's the illegitimate daughter of myself, if you will, that I've kept in the dark over the years. And again, without giving away the film, it is a trail of vengeance that she goes on to make things right.
Yeah, like I said, it's a great kind of setup, and I'm excited for people to get to experience this. A great cast, but why don't you tell me a little bit more about your involvement within this project? What's it been like for you kind of taking on this role and embodying this person?
Well, Johnny Remo, the director and also the screenwriter, Johnny and I had met in New York back in the 80s, the early 80s. And when the screenplay came around, obviously many years later, through my manager, and he mentioned that you know Johnny, you met him many years ago, and I said, yes, I remember meeting Johnny, and so let me have a read. And I read it, I loved it because, of course, I love the period pieces. I've done quite a few westerns over the years, but I really enjoyed this as much as the others. But for a number of reasons. One, the idea of your hero being female, and especially being played by Rumer. I've always wanted to work with her over the last few years when I knew she was getting deeper into acting. And I have to say, as a sidebar here, she has a whole big career ahead of her. She's a wonderful actress. And of course, I know her, you know her parents, and I knew Bruce from back in the days in New York. But so when the screenplay came around, a couple of things. I thought it was fascinating, the story, and that it, as I said, a female lead hero, if you will, and also where it was going to be shot. That it was going to be shot in Fayetteville, and I've never filmed up in your area, but the songwriting partners of mine, Aaron Enderlin and Moose Brown, they're from that area originally. And so it was very exciting when I told them I'm going to film up there. But what drew me to the film was the juxtaposition and the journey of the female hero, taking vengeance, if you will. And again, I'm a sucker for the genre. I love westerns and period pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you are kind of continuously alluding to it here, but you know, in my research, it seems like there's a lot of kind of meaningful messaging within the Western theme of it all within Trail of Vengeance. So what do you think the impact of the film will be on audiences?
Well, the theme, again, one of the many reasons that I enjoy period pieces and westerns, if you will, is that it's pretty cut and dry. And the good guy, the bad guy, the good gal, the bad gal, but the hero with the white hat and the protagonist with the dark hat. So you can tell a simple story, but give it wonderful layers. And I think also, today, unlike so much in the years past and the great classics of the 30s and 40s and 50s westerns, I think your hero can be a bit darker at times, and so that also makes it fascinating that you have your protagonist who is the hero, if you will, but can show the dark side that can justify the vengeance being taken against the bad guy, if you will, the antagonist. So I think that's fascinating. The message, to answer your question, the message. Well, the hero does have a dark side, so I'm not saying that one can and should take vengeance and go to the dark side.
Yeah.
But I will say this: the bad guy, the antagonist, played by myself, he gets his due justice. And
Okay.
yeah, so the message, if anything, is if you're going to go to the dark side, you have to pay the price.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's consequences for our actions, right? Well, Jeff, thank you so much for your time. We're so excited for Trail of Visions. Audiences can experience this starting today here at the Moxie Cinema in Branson, Meadows Cinema. Jeff, take care. Thanks so much.